We're probably in for a decent load of cutscenes here at the beginning of the game.
Bayonetta.
Two. They didn't say two, but it's there. Alright, well, that's my file. Look at that huge number of halos. Woo! Yay! What is that? 10 million? Yeah, 10 million halos I grinded up. Just from when I played this the first time, because there is an unlockable for that. It was not worth it. And that's why I still have the 10 million halos instead of them being all spent. Alright, this game does have its story where we'll be spending most of our time. It also has Tag Climax, the co-op mode that you can also play online. We might touch on that later, depending on how long it takes to get through the story. Your usual achievements, your gallery that you unlock for beating the game, and of course, options. The most important thing. Alright, well, Rumble is of course on. Touch controls don't matter because I'm not playing in handheld. Yeah, we're good. I'm not sure what WoW is in reaction to, whether that's the halos or the fact that this has an online mode, but either way, yeah, this game is something. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna click on the story mode in 3, 2. I'm gonna click on the first chapter in whenever I can. Ignore all those other chapters. We begin at the end. We begin at the end menu. Yes, normal is fine for now. Character settings are more interesting. We're clearly playing as Bayonetta. It's a lot easier to switch your weapons here. Love is Blue is the default. This was helping me grind up halos, but I don't really need it anymore. Let's see. The rosary was serving me well in the first game after that one guy gave me some advice. But we'll save that. The beginning's not gonna be so bad. I really like the earrings, but that's a spoilery item, so I'm not gonna use it yet. I'll go with the butterfly and the star. Alright, now on to costumes. I have all of them. We have so many costumes here, even more than the first one, which may have made this a better Halloween special, putting Metal Witch here. If you've ever wanted abs of steel, now they're yours. Literally. With this bodysuit, you'll be the most heavy metal person you know. Got dresses. And then here come the Nintendo exclusive costumes, the Return of Princess Peach. There's Daisy, Link, Samus, and new to Bayonetta 2, Star Fox. I think for now I'm going to leave her in a default outfit, but I will certainly be switching the costumes around as we go through these chapters.
Oh, you want to play?
But, you know, there's your first look at them all. There is practice mode. I already went through options. Okay, for real this time, we begin at the end. I'm going to check the game volume level here because it tends to get loud. I might lower that just a tad because when we get into the actioning parts, it's going to be... Yes, Nuke, I can tell you're hyped. I'm sorry I teased you so much, I forgot about all the menus. Alright, let me know if this gets too loud from the game.
The legend of Aesir. A legend from the dawn of time. Nobody knows where the world came from. A struggle caused the trinity of realities to be split into 3 realms. Light, darkness, and chaos. Obviously, our world was the one born from chaos. The 3 worlds all needed rulers. Most of all, ours. And the one that ruled the chaos became known as Aesir.
Oh, by the way, this game has mechs.
Aesir spent the first eternity quietly looking upon the earth from his holy mountain. Where we only see reality and make it match our rules of the world, Aesir saw through reality, and those visions became our world. These observations became Aesir's power. Aesir's eyes were truly the eyes that created the world. However, Aesir pitied the humans for their naivete and lack of free will. So the power he wielded was split into 2 equal halves, and entrusted each to humanity's instincts. The right eye of light, and the left eye of darkness. By dividing the power of the eyes of Aesir, humans gained free will. They could now choose. With control of the eyes of the world, the eyes that determine destiny, humans could choose their own paths. They awoke to their own identities. Man is but a reed, the most feeble thing in nature, but now we were thinking reeds, and we took our first big step towards grand prosperity. The inheritors of the eyes of Aesir have been granted the power of creation.
Cheeky. No one bothered telling me any of your kind survived. At least you're the silent type. The last sage I met spent 20 minutes rambling on and on. What?
Alright, fast forward to present day. Remember this guy? You know, our daddy, for lack of a better word.
We will not escape this fate. We will perish together. My dear, sweet child, at last you have fulfilled your promise to me. Fear not. For I am always watching over you.
But the right eye of light was lost from the world forever, along with its possessor, the last of the Lumen Sages.
You know, picking up from where we left off. Alright, well that was our records of time. A lot of background there. You've heard mention of the right and left eye, which we know from the first game. Baldur had the one eye and Bayonetta with the other. Baldur also being Bayonetta's father. Just, you know, a very complicated relationship that we had to go and destroy for the fate of the three worlds. On we go now, and I think this is where we find out why this is my Christmas special. Yep, Bayonetta 2 takes place on Christmas Day. This is why I wanted to wait till the end of November to start it.
Officials are currently trying to determine the source of these phenomena, as citizens nervously clamor for answers. Our special report on the regional disasters, Nature Unleashed, continues after these messages.
Hey, Enzo.
You know what I need? Some heels without guns. You don't mind if we make a quick stop, do you, Enzo?
Do you know what day's coming up? Here I was shopping, minding my own business, then you show up and turn me into a damn porter. Seriously, Bayonetta.
I'd say you're worse than that,
You still
Enzo.
haven't paid me back for the car. Hey, whoa!
Now, is that any way to speak to an old friend? Besides, I did that job for you. For free, might add. Do I really have to tell everyone how you grabbed onto my leg sobbing like a schoolboy?
This is why I can't have good things.
You notice Bayonetta has her new haircut in this game. She's gone for the short hair look, and I think it works
You'll be well
well.
on your way with all the shit you pull. Dressing up like a nun just so you can off some angels and keep the underworld happy. Hey, I'm talking to you. Shit. But if it's that or getting torn limb from limb for eternity in whatever circle of inferno you witches go to if you break the contract, forget about it. I'd off the fucking wing bastards all damn day. Oh, hey, what the hell? Hey. But what the fuck you wasting your time trying to send some schmucks off to the afterlife for? Oh.
Done and done. Let's go home, Enzo.
Hey, wait a second. I ain't done here. If I don't get what I came for, I'm gonna be the biggest mutt in the city.
And what is it that you came to fetch, my dear?
Real funny. I know better than to tell you a damn thing. I'll never hear the fucking end of it.
Well, they really like to mess with this guy, huh?
You always know how to make an entrance, John. A rare sight to see you in the city.
Just had something I had to look into. Cereza, you haven't felt anything strange recently?
Now that you mention it, I still haven't quite figured out how a broke, bumbling wise guy managed to turn himself into a semi-respectable family man.
Forget about it. And what's this Cereza shit? You're about as sweet as my Nona's grappa, you know that? Some witch with amnesia goes around calling herself a weapon, and it turns out she really got stuck with a kid's nickname. That shit's rich, I tell you what.
Our friends in Paradiso are far too quiet. I'm sure you've noticed.
but they aren't the only ones. Pray tell. Our friends down
Well, they had to
south
make it
seem
clear
to be
Enzo
that
was from
as
New
well.
York. Right, New.
And now in lighter news, the annual holiday parade is being held today. City police have closed off roads to prepare for the massive influx of merrymakers expected to take in this year's festivities, set to be headlined by a flyover from the military's aerial acrobatics unit.
Platinum Games, I see your name dropping there.
Whoa, shit! The Platinum Stars. Crap. I need to hurry up and get Ed and Edna's presents, or I'm gonna get it.
Really gotta wonder what
We'll
kind of
talk
kids
later.
he's raising.
I'll see you back home.
How
Don't
are they
forget
gonna
to pick
turn
up the
out?
things for the party.
What's the matter with you? I told you what I'm after. A jet! I want a toy jet! You know, the kind with wings, flies in the sky. No, I'm not buying any damned angels. Yellow, blue, I don't care what color they are. I learned my lesson with those bastards, you hear me? Just a normal damn jet, please! You hear that? I want one of those! The thing's flying in the air right now. That's the one. That's the biggest one you got in the store, right? Wrap it up nice, will you? It's a present, for God's sakes. Yo! You know what? Screw the pretty ribbon. Just hurry up and put it in the box, will ya?
Plane's flying pretty low there.
Fuck the damn ribbon!
You know, I try to avoid doing this in my Sunday best.
They're back. Third Sphere Angel acceptance.
At least your lot still knows how to make an end.
As a reminder, Bayonetta 2 is a game rated M by the ESRB. I call it fan service, but it's really more of her character. That's just how she does things. She's this badass witch who happens to like to tease all the enemies that she makes. And our first official verse. No, it's the same combo system, same sets of moves from the first game with a few extra moves added in. It's still the same basic overall gameplay.
This is why I never buy anything on sale.
Didn't I say it? This is why I can't have nice things. Damn it, car! Start already!
Right on time to deliver a little holiday cheer.
Oh, fucking wonderful. Don? But I don't believe in Santa.
Watch your mouth, Ito.
Yes, Nintendo made a game with a
Before you pay your tax.
muscular guy wearing a Santa suit and a cigar.
Unbelievable, Don!
Nintendo helped portray Santa in that manner. Just think about that for a second. Nintendo also helped produce a game where he yells that word twice in the first chapter. But about what you said, yes. Yes, their clothes are made out of their hair. And so are their attacks. Which is why whenever they unleash a big, wicked weave attack, one of those giant fists that come through the portal, they lose part of their clothes for that moment, because they're using the same hair.
I believe!
So, yes, the more nude Bayonetta gets, the more powerful she can be.
I fucking believe!
There's a direct correlation there for that reason.
Beautiful.
Now, it's time to be your turn.
Here comes the main theme. See how new chick's getting whenever I get one of those giant punches? Oh, I had the button mash. Didn't realize. Oh! I turned away from the screen for 2 seconds, didn't mash the button, and now we're already on our first death.
The shadow remains
I'm ready for you this time. So we beat up some more guys as we typically do. We're gonna need our energy for the really large guys here. But yeah, I still have my wolf powers, everything from first thing. Got some witch time. And I think some of these enemy models will be spirits in Smash Ultimate as well. In that game, they will be portrayed by Pit, because he's an angel. So are these guys. I can also activate a smaller climax in this game, which gives me a temporary set of really big punches like that. jumping from platform to platform as it crumbles in typical Bayonetta fashion. New enemy, the Leaf. Now he's big, so using the Umbran Climax is certainly beneficial. Though is being able to dodge that. I actually want to jump on him so that we can walk up to his weak point and bug back. I mean, according to veteran players of Smash Brothers, Bayonetta was apparently OP for her DLC appearance in Smash 4, and she would beat everyone, not just Pit. We'll see how that holds up in Ultimate.
It's not Christmas without caviar. Let's finish this quickly then.
Have you ever heard anyone else say it's not Christmas without caviar? We're gonna punish this guy again. This time with John. Before we go into the finish. Of course, finish him with the climax, but punch the head. If these huge summons, most of her hair / clothes goes away. Again, the less clothes, the more power. That's the logic, anyway. Oh wait, something is happening here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't that guy used to belong to us? Gamora. Yeah, plot twist. Bayonetta can't trust her own summons anymore. And John... One, we have to fight our own summon. Two, Bayonetta can fly in this game. Jean's situation will be explained a bit more once we're done with this more immediate problem. Stick around for that, but in the meantime, just keep flying right in the face of our enemy. But yes, Nuke, you are correct. She did get dragged to hell, which is what usually happens when you game over. Fly our way out of it now, thank you. Thought I dodged that. Why did the dragon turn people? That is the question right now, isn't it? But we don't have time to think about it while we're fighting it. I guess there's just no avoiding that. It's a quick time event. Didn't you be finished off right about now? There we go. Well, when one summon fails, we just need to count on a new one. Now, turn the control stick. You think it has to do with the Santa? You mean Rodan? Well, we recovered Jean's body. And meanwhile...
Lumen Sage. Is revenge not all you desire? I know the one who destroyed your world. I know the one who destroyed your love.
Who?
Anyone just joining in, Bayonetta 2 takes place around the area of Christmas, so I am using it as a Christmas special. Follow up on the first game from my Halloween special. I typically play Nintendo stuff, which I guess includes this. And I hope you're enjoying yourself.
Dead witches get dragged to hell. It is.
Not my first time playing the game, but
Jean's
still good.
gonna wander Inferno suffering for eternity. Dims the brakes.
I didn't ask you to tell me what I already know, Rodan. Especially if you're going to be flip about it.
You know better than that. You're not the kind to let that sort of summon go out of control, Bayonetta. Something's up. The balance of powers that keep things in check don't feel right, does it?
You know, she's pretty hot for a dead chick.
Enzo.
I wasn't a big fan of her shit when she was in the realm of the living. But looking at her now...
Enzo.
Yeah, still not a fan.
She's not dead, Enzo.
She's right, Enzo. You're only really dead after your soul's been completely absorbed into another realm of the Trinity. But that's just a matter of time. 'Cause I don't see no way of saving a soul lost in hell.
What about the gates? The real gates of hell?
I can't stop you from trying to use them, but I don't think you got a chance down there. I'll see what I can do about putting her on ice for a while. You'll need this. The heart of of an Umbra Witch. The magic that keep your kind alive in this world for eternities. Should keep her body in this realm stable, but you'll need to reunite this with her soul if you're gonna try and bring her back. I figure you got about a day before it's game over.
Enzo, you've got a jet, right?
Now, even though this
What?
game says we have a one-day
No.
time limit, I'm not going to be able to finish the whole game in one night. Why I'm starting now so that we do get done by the
But
holiday.
you know what today is? My kids got cookies baked for me at home. They're waiting for me. And I still gotta play Santa tonight.
Let the real Santa take care of the presents. Now let's go.
Hey, I said I believe, but Ed and Edna, you can't put one over on those cute little fuckers, let me tell you. Hey! Let go! Let go of me! Why do I always get wrapped up in this shit?
Ain't this motherfucker.
Alright, we have our mission.
Not that bad, I guess.
Our bronze award is no longer young Bayonetta, it is this new character who we haven't actually met yet. Don't worry, you'll see him. Thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Warlord, for the follow. Very much appreciated. Are my alerts still not going off? I tested this up now. Oh, hey, the alert went off. Hey, I see text on the screen. Guys, this is progress. Alerts are only half working, but I'll take it. Yeah, gotta be on the eye out for Santa, Nope. Anyway, we have our main objective now. John's soul has been dragged to hell, and we've got to go down there and try to get it back. But of course, the residents of hell are not going to be too happy about that, because they have a claim in her. You know, they're going to tell us she died fair and square, and that's the rule. She gets dragged down to hell. Why are you trying to interfere? Because we love her. As a friend. But that's our goal. So in order to reach the gates of hell, we have to go through Noatun, the city of Genesis. Let's change costume. Oops. Put in a jet under a tree. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna lie, that sounds actually kind of good. By the way, other weapons we have are the swords, the whip, the chainsaws, which are some of my favorite. The return of the fire and ice elemented Undine. Regular old handguns, which are essentially just a palette swap for Love is Blue. They might have a different power level or something, but as far as I know, it's just a palette swap. No, I'm actually going to put the chainsaws on my B set so that we can switch to those at some point. And speaking of jets, I think it's appropriate enough that we start with the newest costume in the Bayonetta universe, being the Star Mercenary. It gives us use of the R-Wing as a gun.
Shall we?
Now, I want to apply changes. Alright, now into Chapter 1. Listen to those sound effects.
The sacred mountain of Fimbulventer.
Get used to that
The
word.
joint's supposed to be the link between Inferno and Paradiso.
Fimbulventer.
They say there is an entrance to Inferno, the gates of hell, somewhere on this mountain.
Mount
No one knows
Fimbulventer.
where, though.
Nowhere
Hell,
on
no one even
Fimbulventer.
knows if it's true or not.
True or not
The
on
only reason this
Fimbulventer.
overgrown rock is worshipped like some god in the first place
Worship
is
like
that no one's ever been
Fimbulventer.
able to get close to the damn thing.
Nope, not close to
It's like it
Fimbulventer.
don't want you there. Every climber ends up stranded
On
or
Fimbulventer?
worse. And don't even try to fly a plane near that place, or bada boom!
On
But at
Fimbulventer.
least your soul doesn't have a long walk to whichever afterlife you got lined up, right?
Afterlife
I'll wait
on
for you in
Fimbulventer.
Nowhere, at the foot of the mountain.
The foot of
Just hurry up
Fimbulventer.
with whatever it is you gotta do and get back there, all right?
Get back to
And the hotel's
Fimbulventer.
going on your account, with a minibar too.
Any bar near
Gotta keep myself busy
Fimbulventer.
while I'm waiting. Forget about it.
On Fimbulventer.
I love those miniature drinks.
Okay, so maybe I'm exaggerating how much the game uses the word Fimbulventer, but it's a fun word. Hello, close-up mouth. That wasn't creepy at all.
I can't believe you, Enzo. I didn't know the in-flight service was exclusive to fat Italians.
Renting the plane ain't free, you know. That reminds me, you owe Alex the kid for the charter.
And you put Bayonetta on top of a plane, that's how it's gonna go down. Here's our title card.
There it is. That's Fimbulventer.
Okay, they did say it again.
Not such a bad place when you look at it.
I feel
you gotta have a
retributed.
death wish to get close to that damn place, if you ask me. Wow. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. What the hell? Where did these clouds come from?
Probably from the sky. Or, you know, maybe from that thing.
Sorry, Enzo. This is where I get off. Say hi to the wife and kids for me.
What? Wait, what? You're joking, right? I can't fly this piece of shit! Told you I can't have nice things.
You didn't think they were gonna step on that poor chipmunk, did you?
John, I'm on my way. Just behave yourself for a bit longer.
Okay, welcome to Noatoon, where just look at this place. I don't remember if you could do this in the first game, but holding the jump button lets you glide down slowly. I'm not really gonna look around too much because I have played this game a lot. And I also had a bunch of amiibo that I scanned while I was playing it the first time, so I'm pretty well off in the way of collectibles. But this city still looks amazing. I don't mind running around it for a bit. It's a nice first area to teach you about looking around for things, finding materials. There's also this gate. The Muspelheim. I have cleared this particular one. I will enter it just to show it off. In the first game, these were called the Alfheim. And they work the same way, where you enter this arena, and there is a challenge. This one is that you have a time limit. I'll use it to show off the chainsaws. Hold the button, and you slice your way nice and smoothly through the enemy. That rumble feels good. Although your health bar is different, that you can only take 5 hits. But I absolutely love the chainsaws, and you know why? I'm about to show you why. So, I can walk, right? Or I can ride my chainsaws. Our reward for that one was a lollipop, but I am maxed out. I am a Star Fox cosplay of Bayonetta who rides around on chainsaws and uses our wings for a gun. In case you're wondering, even though I have the chainsaws equipped to the arms, you can use your ranged weapon anytime by using the Y button, but it's not very powerful and not very practical. Yeah, don't mind me while I cut up this city. Of course, it is still going to be faster to just run as a panther. I believe if you do that in midair, you get the crow, which we briefly saw in the first game. Didn't really use it that much. These things are back, where you can find halos and materials and whatnot. Over here. Now, here's a chest that you can see, but you can't interact with. But if you check it, then you get these pieces that show up, and you need to grab them all within the time limit. Again, I'll do this one just to show it off. Panther is your best friend as you try to collect these pieces. And then once you've restored that chest, you can of course go and break it open. Doki 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 doki. Cut open with my chainsaws. Oh yeah, the other thing I was gonna say, the other reason I like the chainsaw is because there was a line that was dropped in the first game. I think it was towards the beginning of the first game. Rodan said that he would never ever give Bayonetta a chainsaw. And here we are in the second game with 4 of them. I just like that irony. Okay, now I have to remember where I'm actually supposed to go. Oh yeah, down in the center with the water here. Because there are underwater sections in this game. You do move a little more slowly. At least for now. The reporter from the first game. I mean, hard to say. Could be anywhere, just living his life. You know, he kind of finished his business with us. Again, this is just glorious slicing through enemies. There's another portal over there, but I'm not gonna bother with it for the sake of getting through the story. Really nothing there is worth my while. I'm maxed out on a lot of things on this file, so... Rip, he was funny. Alright, like before, we can enter the shop, but... Well, I'll just show you that there's probably not much I can buy there.
Being a demon lets me read minds. You're thinking, shut up and take my halos. Let's do it.
Have I bought all the weapons? Sure have. I bought all the accessories? Sure have, except for the immortal marionette. What was this one? Yeah, so, I guess this one's kind of like an easy mode upgrade. That's why I never bought it. Items I'm maxed out, so I can't buy any. Except maybe a witch heart or a moon pearl. You can also buy all your moves. This Umbran Spear is a new one. It's an attack that you use as the crow. Heal Tornado was also new here. Hold ZR, then quickly hold A. His treasures. I bought most of them. Also, you have to buy the costumes in this game unless you scan their amiibo. So here was the one for Peach, for Daisy, for Link, and for Fox. And I think it's somewhere else on this list there was one for Samus. Or maybe you just got Samus. This is the reason why I have as many Halos as I do, is because I was trying to buy everything, including this ticket. What that ticket does is gives you, like, the hardest boss battle possible, so... I've never beaten it. You can scan your amiibo here, you can scan up to 32 per day. And I will briefly show... I'll briefly show with Bayonetta herself that you just get a quick little text box. This one says you got some fan mail. Business is good thanks to you. Well, keep dropping by, hopping in to see you in action. Ready to give the people what they want. Oh, I just realized I didn't have the Bayonetta amiibo when I played this game. So, I just unlocked a bunch of stuff from the shop. So, yeah, if an amiibo has a corresponding costume, then there you go, you get it by scanning it in. Now, let's say I don't have Bayonetta or any of those characters that she has costumes for, and I just have this regular old squid. What happens then? It's a present from the kids in Angopolis. Or are they squids? Whatever. I always wanted to check out their turf. They've got a fresh weaponsmith I want to talk shop with. Maybe grab myself an N-Zap, which is a very good Splatoon weapon, by the way. So you get halos, and then those other things are materials that you use to make lollipops that will restore health, increase defense, or increase offense. And you can do 32 of those per day. See, that one gave me 8,000, so... They don't all give 8,000, it's random how much they give each time. Sometimes only 2,000, sometimes 4,000, sometimes 16,000. They'd better put an N-Zap in Bayonetta 3. They teased it here, it has to happen. But that's what Amiibo do. Multiply that by 32 per day and you can get quite a bit of stuff. Figured I'd show that while we were still early on here. Also, I just noticed the Falco plushie that hangs down. Excuse me. I love my chainsaws. I love them so damn much, my chainsaws. Let me come over here with my chainsaws. There was nothing there, but you turn all around and now there's more enemies to fight. You know my torture chamber.
Dead you.
I don't think I ever explicitly mentioned this in the first game, but Bayonetta does have a taunt button. Down on the D-pad.
New do, dead you.
Alright, we want to go this way. And who would want to live on a street this wet? That's gotta cause some serious house damage. Oh, this has gotta cause even more house damage, huh? The whole city is shaking around us. And there's the reason why. Let me just open the door with my chainsaw. People in Paris, I guess. Although I'm pretty sure we're in Italy for this game. We had to fly overseas to this mountain. But yeah, the first game mostly took place in Paris. Or maybe I'm wrong, maybe we are still in France. Got another invisible chest over there, but this is gonna move on. Into the center. That's one of the two, I'm sure. Unless I'm really, really wrong. Hey, it's that guy from the trophy I got in the first level.
These punches don't know when to quit. What'd I ever do to them?
I'm pretty sure Venice, Italy is the water city with all the canals. Now this may be based off that.
Shite. I'm never gonna reach Fimbulventer at this rate. Well,
You say Fimbulventer?
at least it won't be a boring trip. Huh? You can see me.
You're putting on quite a show, little magician.
Oh, you like that, huh? Wait till you see the climax. Silly girl.
Yeah,
You'll
that's
have
jail
to do
for you.
better than that to earn a tip, my dear.
Who the hell are you?
I'm just an innocent little girl lost in Wonderland, suffering at the hands of the Queen's trumped-up troops.
Cute one, huh? Enough riddles. How can you see me?
Because we're both in Purgatorio, you see.
Purgatorio?
So, are we heading to Fimbulventer on a shopping trip for Mummy, little one?
Maybe. But she told me never to talk to strangers. Stay
And
out
here
of my
you are
way, or
doing
I'll
that
let you
anyway.
never get in it again.
Ooh, scary. Off with their heads, eh?
Damn it! They must have heard me.
Enter Accolade. Like the many this game has. Ooh. I'm at the climax. Super big chainsaw climax. Spin attack. I still love these weapons.
Is that all you got? So close. Almost.
Yeah, okay, that was some good dodging on my part. I don't usually play that well. I'll head right on up into this thing. That portal lets us walk on these walls. Oh, you have a chainsaw too? That's okay, I've got 4 of them. Oh, never mind, that's a giant sword.
If you're looking for the kid, he went that away.
Oh, so yes, his body carries around his head in the base of his sword. And this guy is Valiant.
I'm afraid I don't have time to dance too long. A friend is waiting for me.
Button mash. No, not quite button mash, that was just a counter. It's weird, I wasn't trying to counter, I didn't see a prompt for it. There's the prompt for it. Kinda happened automatically on that first one, which is weird. I'm using a combination of guns and whips right now. I'm pretty sure the whip is designed to be the most OP weapon in the game, but I still love the chainsaw. Let's use it more right now. Look at that thriving head. I mean, throbbing. Probably be it. What's the word I'm looking for? Either writhing? Writhing. Writhing is the word I was thinking of. W-R-I-T-H-I-N-G. Time for the finish. Gotta turn that butter. And what else would you call this? Never mind, it's probably not best not to think about that. Enter the church. If you are careful, you can get this chest up on this raptor. Though again, these chests are pretty useless to me, being maxed out on items. I think what happened with her dragon summon before gets explained a little later, but if I recall correctly, It's that since we defeated the last Lumen Sage in the first game, Hell currently has more power than Heaven. And because it's imbalanced, we're experiencing weird things like that.
So close.
It's something along those lines. I know it's related to the imbalance of power between the two worlds, but I'm pretty sure it gets more specific later. I'm not sure.
You've been naughty.
So,
Hello.
they're after you too then. Have you been naughty? Keeping secrets from Mummy?
This is a new addition,
Nope.
cutscenes
Nothing
where you
comes
can
to mind,
actually
love.
keep moving
Sorry.
Bayonetta.
But since this is your bloody mess, do you mind hurrying the fuck up and getting rid of this thing?
Now,
I am
that's
controlling
no
her
way
right
to talk
now,
to a lady.
but I am
No wonder
locked
your
into this
guardian
dialogue.
angels are trying to give you a good spanking.
Whatever,
Can't
love.
jump or anything.
You've already been following me, so let's
Just
make
walking.
a deal. You save me, I'll show you around this joint. Heading to Fimbulventa, aren't we? That makes two of us. And it'll take two of us, won't it, love?
You seem to have skipped school the day they taught basic negotiation skills. You're supposed to negotiate from a position of strength, little one. Not just be a one-trick pony.
Bayonetta and her ever-expensive wisdom.
About that trick. See? You need my power too. Oi! That works too, I suppose.
I don't have time to give a shit about who you are or why you're going to the mountain. Take me there and make it quick. You stay with me, and I promise you'll end up in one piece. Got it?
Wait! Stop! Before I show you the way, love, you gotta agree to a little condition.
I think she's in a position to be the one making
Need to go over
condition.
my lesson again. First, learn to talk to a lady. We don't react very well to being insulted, little one.
Well
Or do we
then,
men?
I don't react to being called little one. The name's Loki. And what should I call you, love? I mean, man.
Do I look like a man to you? Bayonetta or Cereza? Take your pick.
Cereza! You don't look like a Cereza to me.
Well then, Bayonetta it is. Let's move, little one.
Hey! I just told you my name is...
You'll earn your name when you become a man.
So Loki replaces young Cereza as the little one in this game. Yeah. He's not exactly as young, but he's still the younger of the two. Oh, but I wanted to use that door. Let you get the chainsaw.
Is that all you've got?
Trying to show off the Star Fox guns a bit more while we have them. That's our new heal tornado move. Denied. Because I was denied that door. Now this guy wants to deny me the door too. But he goes by the name Urbane. Is he the Urbane of my existence? We'll find out. How do you like chainsaws? Not a fan? Well, then you die.
Is that all you've got? So close.
You think that was a dad joke? Nope. I am disappointed. Maybe next time that guy needs a weapon, he should go to Urbane Outfitter. Another shop portal here if you want it. Okay, I do have some lollipops I could use, but I saw most of my health. I believe there's optional enemies you can fight if you jump into the river.
Try to keep up.
That might be a good time to go plant. It kind of ripped the city apart.
Sure. Just because you asked, tall, dark, and ugly, that makes total sense.
This is a chain of jokes.
So close.
Alright, let's fight the thing. Activating the climax. Now let's change settings here for a bit. Now we should really be on the building while it's in its hand.
Is that all you've got?
How do you feel about whips? Or guns? Maybe you're more of a chainsaw fan. But seriously, do you see how large these whips are? That's why they're probably the most OP thing in the game. That's gotta hurt. Oh good, we saved him.
What the hell are you doing? Let go of
We're
me!
cradling him like a child.
So, little one, what's all this sovereign business about?
Not a clue, love. Oi!
Well, whatever. If your sovereignness is going to get in my way, our deal is over. And if we're going to have to meet any more of your friends, you'd better learn to take care of yourself.
I'm quite alright on my own. Got it?
Your tricks aren't going to work forever, little one.
I think Bayonetta can take care of herself just fine. Also, remember that chipmunk.
Tricks, little magician. Maybe you've got more to offer than I expected. For the time being, though, stay here and don't get frisky.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
There. That is the one, is it not?
Yes. I will never forget that face.
That performance might make the back page of the classified.
Alright, let's see, where are we at time-wise? You tried, but you can't fool me? You do realize you wrote, "You can fool me," without the T. There would not be a trophy if he wasn't in the game. Well, what makes you say that? How do you know your logic is sound there? I'm gonna throw up an intermission screen. We'll be right back with Chapter 2, Remembrance of Time. Stick around, or don't. I don't control you. Well, I'm back. And I took care of all the menu stuff before I switched back to this screen, so we are ready to jump into A Remembrance of Time, Chapter 2. Which, based on how long these chapters usually go, will probably be the last one for today. So I chose the dress from the prologue for a costume for this one. Like I said, I will be switching costumes throughout. And there you go, Nuke.
So, our fates and our paths cross once again. Whoa! Bingo.
It's divine, Luca. Never quite there, eh, Luca? Spider-Man, Spider-Man, get squashed like the spiders can.
Fleur de la Reine, Maid of Nerine, also known as Diamond Lilies, I think. The name Nerine is derived from the Nereids, or sea nymphs. Quite appropriate.
Blah 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 perfume, blah 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 love interest, blah 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 Luca.
Will you quit calling me that? I'm not a pet or a cat. Oh wait, you said Luca. Not used to that. How are you, Bayonetta?
Like I said,
No matter where I am, you
I'll say in a
always
second.
know how to make an entrance. Nice glasses.
Oh, these? Rodan has a soft spot for Shinshu Saki, Japan. It was an easy trade to get him to make these
frame
for me.
dropping.
And don't get it twisted, Bayonetta. I'm not stalking you.
He's not stalking her, but I'm gonna try to see if the... Oh, wait, I think it's fixed now. I didn't want to go too far into the cutscene with all the frames dropping. Think it's good now. Should be good now.
This time at least. Look, I know you've got nothing but secrets. Hell, that goes for anyone, right? But if there's one thing I've learned in my line of work, it's when I found you, I found the story.
What on earth are you on about this time?
Don't act dumb with me. You know the story better than anyone. The Umbra Witches and the Lumen Sages, two clans that wielded incredible power just 500 years ago. The clans of the Overseer, watching over us all with the eyes of the world.
We were there for that.
Light and darkness. But now I know that there really was an Overseer. And this Overseer is the one who created the eyes of the world for humanity. The same ones that the clans held on to so hard. The Overseer was the true creator. The true god of the human realm. The god of chaos.
The god of chaos?
Also, Nuke, I just realized.
From what my research has told me, that god used
Just
to
realized you should have caught on to Luca a lot sooner.
That's why this
He
place
narrated
has
the
gateways
prologue.
to each realm of the Trinity of Realities.
That very beginning thing where we were on the clock tower again, he was the narrator. He was clearly in the game.
The real gates of hell. Listen, I heard about John. What the? Some squirrels get all the nuts. You're a lucky little fella, huh?
Yeah, you're fine, Nuke.
Never took you for an animal lover, Bayonetta.
What can I say? I took a liking to one of the locals.
So he's your little tour guide, huh? Look, I know this isn't the time to chat. Let me see what I can find out to help you.
Just don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong, Cheshire.
Don't you worry about my nose. I can smell trouble when I see it. You just take care of yourself.
Spider-Man got denied for the second frickin' time. Alright, what I was gonna say is Bayonetta actually called him Luca when they they called him Luca, and he was weirded out by that. And she told Loki that he'd earn his name when he became a man, so I guess that means that Luca is a man in her eyes. And that's some character development right there. I know story's not much in action games, but there is some semblance of one in Bayonetta. And don't worry, you'll see more of him. Like he said, he's gonna try to help us out. Meantime, new enemy in Rapture. In addition to switching costumes, I did switch my weapons ever so slightly. So the Rapture can power up ally enemies. So you want to take it out first. RPG rule. Take out the guy that heals or buffs first. Before worrying about the grunt. Oh, I was caught in the thing and I had to shake the stick to get out, didn't I? Alright, here's another one. Want to take that out first. And the rest of these guys shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, for my chainsaw set, I changed it so that the legs were still chainsaws, because that's just awesome. But now my arms are the Undine. I can use a spin attack to switch between fire and ice. Yeah, a big old flamethrower. Or a big old ice gun. Bayonetta cross Frozone. And meantime, I switched my legs on my main set to the Rakasha, so we can get some melee action. Anyway, here's Loki freaking out.
What's wrong? What's this?
And here comes the giant wave.
Hurry! There's no time!
They were very generous with the time window for pressing the ZR
Where
button
did you
there.
learn that trick, little one? I've never seen a witch, or a sage for that matter, pull off something like that.
Come on, love. You think I'm just gonna tell you my secrets when I don't even know whose side you're on? All right. It seems I can control the remembrance of time. That's a big deal here.
It seems?
I mean, no. I got nothing else to say, love.
The remembrance of time.
What's that you're looking at?
Right, let's go. I've got a party and I've no intention of being late.
A room of prayer and we're climbing the stairs and that almost kind of rhymes. How do you like ice? I can like it way more.
Is that you've got? Got you!
Well, Nuke, I believe those returned from the first game. 'Cause I know the first game had those. They had fire enemies, you wanted to use ice, and vice versa. I'm pretty sure those do return in this game. You can tell because the fire ones would be burning and the ice ones would be giving off that white essence. So I think we'll see them. Get fire. What just happened? Not sure what you're referring to. Glad that we're walking on the wall. Okay, Loki has these cards that do these mystical things. He's some sort of sovereign power from what the enemies have said. That's all we really know up to this point.
Is that all you've got? Got you!
Comes a fire attack. How about some swords? How do you like swords? I like swords. Especially when they combine them with guns. Which is the witch? Yeah, go with what Nuke said. Definitely the one made out of sand. You know, the sand witch. Welcome back, Pac-Man. We're playing Bayonetta 2 because the whole thing takes place around the Christmas time, and we're approaching that ourselves. So, just like Bayonetta 1 was my Halloween special, Bayonetta 2 is my holiday special. Go figure. I knew as soon as I picked Bayonetta 1 for Halloween that this had to be the Christmas one. Oh, wow, Chapter 2 was way shorter than I remember.
Not that bad, I guess.
Maybe it's because I skipped a lot of the optional stuff, but I really didn't think we were done. We might even be able to fit in Chapter 3 then. I got a better combo score, but I did way worse on time. Yeah, I guess I'll go for better score. It doesn't really matter. Paradise. Oh, wait, no, this one was the longer chapter. Paradiso was the longer chapter. Okay, I'm gonna change so that, oh right, I forgot the arms had more weapons. Okay, I'm gonna reverse it so that the swords are on the arms, because I felt that was a little weird before. And for this costume, let's go with Samus. I really like the Samus costume in this
I want
game.
to play with Bayonetta.
I mean, I was just gonna stream to the end of Chapter 2. But at the same time, I feel like Chapter 2 was a little bit of a letdown. It wasn't very long after the intermission, so now I'm kind of thinking we go to Chapter 3. Do gamers find Bayonetta hot? That is one of the eternal questions. I imagine they do. Like, I myself do not... I've never really found myself attracted to a character in a game or any other form of media. Samus with swords. Never imagined that.
Don't just walk into Fimbulventer. We're going to have to be creative.
Maybe we should turn that into a poll on the Discord pack. We just
look over there.
Type in there, do you think Bayonetta is
Cathedral
hot?
of Cascades. It was used for ritual
Now I
worship
find
of
out the
mountain.
response that way.
Inside, there's a device that can build a bridge to the heavens. It'll take us halfway up Fimbulventer.
Fimbulventer.
Pass. Right, love?
Seems something finally came to mind, little one. While you're in the remembering mood, you wouldn't happen to know where the entrance to Inferno is up there, would you?
Inferno? You must be in some shit if you're volunteering to go there. Let me put it this way, love. Once we get
A
to the
healthy
mountain,
perspective.
you'll get your choice
Oh
of going
boy.
up or going down. Fimbulventer doesn't let you
I
just
mean,
stick around.
no, like, you know, look at
Which way will you be
Bayonetta, like,
Me?
deadass though. There, that's a less
What's
healthy
the matter,
perspective.
little one?
That makes me
Scared
sound
of what
better,
comes
right?
next?
Shut up! Just get me to the mountain.
Little one!
Get away from me!
Hello, giant whirlpool.
Ah!
Enter Glamour. Alright, so much like the first game, we have a section here where we're fighting off this thing.
This little one's made me a deal. He's my guide, and he's not done guiding. I think we're going in entirely different directions.
So you can still dodge, of course. Gonna be necessary for these buildings. I move slightly. Gonna be helpful for the archways. There we go, I wanted the other weapon. Now I shoot fire! Now I shoot ice. The magic dawn, the Fighting the boss here. That's not really a boss. Like, bosses have their own stages. Pretty sure this is just the first in a long stage of enemies. Perhaps I should have stuck with more standard weapons for this.
Is that all you've got?
Yes, fight.
Got you.
Alright. So, this is a good time for me to talk about the one, well, okay, not the only. A lot of people gave really high ratings to Bayonetta 2. They called it a practically perfect game. You got 10 out of 10 and all that. It was highly acclaimed, right? You know, that naturally drew my interest into it. But I started with the first game, and I'm glad I did, because there actually are some story elements here. But really, there are things that I like about the first game better than this one. Now, that surfing boss is an example. There are some gimmicky bosses in this game that really change up the core gameplay in ways that just feel uncomfortable. And you know what the other big thing is that I don't like? Flying section. And here we are, in a flying section. You do not get your full repertoire of moves. There are all sorts of things that you would normally use to combo into that you just cannot pull off while flying. No matter how hard you try. And I'm talking about individual moves, not combos. Plus, it feels like you hardly spend any time attacking the enemy. Now you spend most of your time flying around waiting for 2 seconds to get close to the enemy and do little bits of damage. Like, see, now I can't even hit it. Now I gotta wait again. So, flying battles are actually my least favorite part of this game. In that regard, it's a little bit of a step down from the first. The first also had those motorcycle sections, and those were just good romps. None of that in this game. You get the flying section, but you don't get the motorcycle section. So I'd say each game has its perks. Bayonetta 2 is better overall. There's a lot less of the frustration that you find in the first one. It's a more modern designed game without all the quick time events and insta-kills and stuff. There's still a little bit of that, and we saw that when I died on the first stage. But not nearly as much, and that helps a lot. You get new moves, new scenarios, new weapons, new costumes. It makes for, you know, an overall similar to the first game experience that does enough building to make it a worthwhile game, while still having flaws of its own. You see how long this boss is taking? We're still on verse 1. And again, I hesitate to even call it a boss, because I'm pretty sure it's not. It's an enemy with multiple health bars that we are slowly, ever so slowly, bringing down.
So close.
Even when I get witch time, look. Look at how little I'm able to hit the enemy. Like, either I'm doing something immensely wrong, or this is just the bad part of the game. I don't doubt that I might be doing something immensely wrong, you never know.
Almost. So close.
Yeah, I spent that whole witch time trying to get close to the enemy instead of actually attacking it.
So close. Got you. Is that all you've got? Excellent.
Classic, you have to dodge more each time boss maneuver, we're all used to.
Is that all you've got?
That's all you've got. That's all you've got. No, he's clearly got a lot more, because we're still fighting him. Hey, thank you, Kyle Roof 97 for the follow, very much appreciated. I will be playing more of this game in the weeks to come leading up to Christmas. Smash Ultimate comes out next week on my birthday. I'll be covering that for a bit. And plenty of other Nintendo stuff that I've enjoyed throughout the year, so means a lot. But that's what you can expect if you come back. Of course, that follow will let you know exactly when I'm coming back. I also make music on the YouTube if you're interested in that sort of thing, usually remixes of songs, but I don't want to spend too much time plugging myself here. I finally beat this enemy. So, again, maybe I'm just playing the game wrong. I certainly wouldn't put it past me. Action games are not my usual go-to.
And I was wrong about our final.
I could be playing the game very wrong. But that took me forever. That is why I do not like the flying sections. End of story.
Fuck. The boy. Forgot about that.
Well, yes, he is a very forgettable character, but that's a different issue. No, he's important enough. Also, did the alert show up for Kyle when he followed? It showed up for the other person who followed tonight, that being the Lewd Warlord. That follow showed up with the alert box on screen, but I'm not sure if it showed up for Kyle. It did? Okay. That thing's been broken forever.
Not that bad, I guess.
It's also supposed to show a rainbow flashing hat that matches my icon. But I don't think it actually showed the image, I think it just flashed the text on screen. So Streamlabs is still broken. At least for me. Also, the Chapter 3, once again, shorter than I remember. I thought there was more to it than just the one boss. So I guess it was a boss. A boss that took me forever. Alright, that said and done, we got through the prologue, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. That's a pretty decent start. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here today. That is going to be the last bit of the stream. And now to just sign out by saying, in 1 week from today, I will turn 24, and Smash Ultimate will be out, and I will be combining those things into a stream. But in between now and then, we're going to continue Bayonetta 2. And we're also going to continue Bayonetta 2 probably after Smash comes out as well, because I don't know how quickly we'll finish the game. At least I assume. But we'll certainly finish the game by Christmas time. So that's what you can expect from me in the very near future, possibly even tomorrow. And if you miss anything, I upload the archives to YouTube. Not always the same day, but I try to be quick about it. And again, thanks once again to Lewd Warlord and KyleRoot97 for the follows tonight. Very much appreciated. Thanks Nuke and Pact for coming out and chatting with me. You're all great people. I'll see you for another time, another day, another stream. Bye. And you're welcome, Nuke.